Hey everyone, Hiawatha Productions here, welcome back to another video. Yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video on the channel, but I'm glad to be back. For those of you who actually watch my channel whenever I uploaded stuff, I uploaded a couple of videos a little while ago, some of my 00 scale engines running. I got some new wagons from Yorkshire Rail for my birthday from my parents. They're still in the layout right now, actually. So that was really nice, but anyways, they are not the topic of today's video. Today's video is actually one that I am very excited to make. For those of you who are into modeling 00 scale engines, you will know that Hatton's released their Genesis range of coaches a while ago, and they were going to do 3 batches. But unfortunately, they're no longer around, so the 3rd batch is never going to be made. But I was able to pick up 3 coaches from the 2nd batch. I don't know if any of you follow me on my Instagram page. It's at Hiawatha Productions on Instagram. I don't think I'll put a link in the description, but we'll see. I'll think about it. In any case, you will have seen that Rails of Sheffield have, sent out the 2nd batch of coaches. So yeah, I finally got mine. It definitely took a little longer than expected. I was expecting to get these back around Christmas time of 2023, and then I got the email from Hatton saying that delivery would be delayed to May of 2024, and then February of 2024 they went out of business and explained that all shipping would be handled through Rails, and here we are about, I want to say, a year and 1 or 2 months after I ordered the models, and they finally arrived. So, I had already mentioned the ones that I was ordering on Instagram. I opened up the box because I was way too excited to make this video. I'm going to take them out now. But if you saw my post on Instagram, you will know that I picked up these versions. Now, you can't see them very well because of the camera, so I'm just going to try that. These are the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway 6-wheel coaches. Now, admittedly, 2 of them are the same because around the time I had ordered them, it was when they were selling the final ones that were left in stock. They were originally out of stock, and then they went through the inventory and found that they had more than they had first thought, so more of them went up. And when I placed my order, one of the ones that I wanted to get was already sold out again, so I settled for just getting a duplicate of one of the ones that I already planned on getting, which is perfectly fine by me. I'm not too worried about it, and if it ever starts to bother me, then I can always send this to someone to renumber it, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to take these out of the boxes and get a closer look at them, and after that we are going to put them down on the track and give them a test run. And if you saw one of my videos that I uploaded a little while ago, you will already know which engine I'm going to be pairing this with, but for those who don't know, you'll just have to wait and see. Okay, we're just going to carefully slide this one out of the box. These ones do not have the lighting packages, unfortunately, so if I did wanted to fit these with lights, I'd either have to do it on my own or... this is a really neat little feature. If you've seen Jenny Kirk or Sam's Trains videos on these models, you'll know that the 6-wheel variants have a mechanism that allows the middle wheel to slide, which I completely forgot about. So that means that these should work relatively well on 2nd radius curves. Currently I have 3rd radius curves on the layout that I have set up here in my garage, so that should be fine. But yeah, these look really nice. Sorry for hogging the examination of these models and for the poor camera work. I promise that at some point I will make better quality videos, but let's have a look at this beauty. The finish is really, really nice. I love the paintwork on it. It's definitely a little bit darker. The more orangey color here on the side, it's definitely a lot darker than I thought it would be, but I am perfectly fine with that. I don't think these are coaches that the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway would have actually owned. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But they do look the part. The livery application, sorry, some strange person just drove by blasting music. Anyways, but yeah, these look really, really nice. All of the printed details have been put on very nicely. There's no blemishes or anything. The lining is really intricate and really crisp. The separately fitted handrails up on the roof and the light fixtures have been very nicely applied. These ones up around here look a little bit crooked, unfortunately, but that's fine. You can't always expect perfection. Yeah, these are really nice. I think the buffers are made of metal. I could be wrong, but they look like they're made of metal. They aren't sprung, but that's fine. We've got a load of separately fitted detail. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but the brake pipe right here has been picked out in red, or at least the base of it has been picked out in red, which is really nice. It reminds me of the brake pipe detailing on my Hornby B12, which unfortunately is not working. I'll spare you the details, but in essence, the plungers on the chassis, or at least one of the plungers, is stuck down and it's no longer making contact with the rails on one side, and it's been having some issues with the pickups on the tender bending out of place and sparking because the tender's picking up all of the electricity, so it hasn't been very ideal. And I have found a replacement part for it, but the shipping cost it's like $50. The seller I've heard good things about, but I just feel like the shipping price is very unreasonable for a part that's less than $10. Anyhow, let's move on, shall we? So that's the first coach. Trying to think, that's the third class coach. Here's the brake coach. The other coach that I have is also a third class coach, if I'm not mistaken. The other one that I wanted to get was a first and third combine. But like I said, that had already sold out, and the first class coach had also sold out by then. Ooh, that's, I didn't know that they had these. I'll have to have a closer look at that. So that's interesting. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it might be an extra piece. I don't know what that could be. I'll have to look at the instructions. We'll take the lid off of this. We'll put these back in the box. Take you out. Take off the plastic wrap. And we'll put that back in there. Put that there. And we'll put these back here. Okay. So here's the brake coach. Just like before with the other coach, everything has been very nicely applied, very nicely put together. There's a load of detail on these models, and it's absolutely incredible. The wheels are free to turn, which is really, really great to see. I don't remember if the chassis is made of metal. I think it might be, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah, it's made of metal. So really great quality. I can't see the interior, unfortunately, because of the lighting in the garage right now. Ooh, it's even got a little print on the window. I don't know if you can see that or if it's on this side only. So I don't know how well you can see that, but right up there on the window, it has a little print on it. It's very fine. I can't quite read what it says, but It's a very nice little detail regardless. So yeah, it's very nice. They've got a good amount of weight to them too, so I'm not too concerned about them coming off the line, but since it's a temporary setup and nothing's really been fixed down, I'm willing to be lenient with them if they have trouble staying on the track, going around curves and so on. I had originally planned to get a rake of 6 of these, but I could not save up $240 to actually get all of them, which is perfectly fine by me. Looking back on it, I feel like aiming to get 6 was a little bit unreasonable in hindsight, but maybe I can pick up more in the future. Let's see, is there an instruction manual here? I think there's an instruction manual here in the box. Removing the roof. For those who don't know, these coaches have spaces where you can put in a LED light package that Hatton's was producing. I don't think Rails of Sheffield are doing any of that. I'd have to have a look at their website to double check it, or you could all go have a look for yourselves, but as far as I know, I don't think that they're doing that. Ooh, you could fit DCC to these. I did not know that. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, you can fit a DCC decoder to these, so that's pretty neat. Removing the center wheel set. Okay, that'll come in handy. Just open that up and put you back in the box. Again, my apologies for the poor quality video. I'm recording this on my iPhone right now in the garage at like 8:30 p.m., but that's fine. I just do this for fun. Yeah, so we'll put these off to the side and we'll put these next to each other. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it for the unboxing. I don't know much about these particular coaches because, like I said, these coaches are not meant to be based on the real things that the pre-grouping railways or the Big Four would have purchased. These are taking generic designs from a few different designs of coaches, and they have been painted and given slight detail differences to make them look as close to how they would have looked on their respective rail lines as possible. So these very likely are not 100% accurate, and that is perfectly fine by me. It's just really nice to have some different rolling stock in the collection. I would have also liked to get the Great Eastern Railway variant of these coaches. I prefer the 6-wheel variant over the 4-wheel variant because, I don't know, I liked how big that they looked, and I wasn't expecting them to be this big. I was expecting them to be a little bit smaller, but I tend to forget that 00 is bigger than HO, so. But yeah, wanted to get Great Eastern variants as well, but it wouldn't have been worth it for a couple of reasons. For one, I'd already ordered these, so financially I just could not support such a purchase. And two, like the B12, the Great Eastern Railway engine that I have, the Oxford Rail N7, is a, well, foobar right now. Motor burnt out. I have no idea how I'm going to get a replacement for it. What I'm very likely going to do is just find another engine exactly like it to replace it with, and I'll either use that one as a spare stoner to fix this one, or that will become the new engine, and the engine that I have now will end up being a spare stoner for, I don't know, things like extra wheel assembly, extra crank pins, extra detail parts, if some were to break, etc. And once I find no more use for that particular engine, the remains will very likely be detailed up to either represent a scrapped engine or some sort of some sort of display piece. But in any case, getting back to the review, I'm going to cut this part right here, and I will see you guys up on the tracks, and we're going to give these a little test run. All right, see you in a bit. And we are back. So the coaches have been put down onto the tracks. I did a very brief free rolling test, and they are very smooth runners on the straights. Unfortunately, as shown in Sam's Trains' video, they do not like going around curves very well. They're definitely doing pretty well on the third radius curves, but they're still a little bit tight. Way in the future, I don't know, probably either halfway through college or after I graduate college, I will have a decent-sized layout with relatively gradual curves that these coaches will be able to run on, and hopefully by that point I'll fit them with lights and such. But they do look very nice. The orange definitely looks a lot lighter on camera now that I'm looking at it. But in any case, as I already mentioned, I already have an engine that will be pulling these coaches. Let me just go to the controller and bring it into view and back the coaches up some. And here it is. So, as some of you already know, about a year or two ago now, I don't remember when it was, I purchased the Bachmann Lancashire and Yorkshire Class 5 242 tank engine. Bachmann produced this engine years ago. I don't remember how many years ago now. And it was in LMS Black, LMS Maroon, and British Railways with, I think, the early and late crest, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they also produced two versions for the National Railway Museum in York. The first version that they produced was this exact variation, but of the preserved engine's number, 1008 being on the side tanks. Let me just fix that a little bit. Okay, hopefully that focused a little bit better. I don't know if that actually did anything. But it just said 1008 on the side with lining. Then they produced a second version that said Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, and it was in a arched design that went around the number plate. This particular version was produced commercially by Bachmann. Sounded British for a second. It was produced commercially by Bachmann with a couple other different versions. One in BR Black, one in Maroon, and one in LMS Black. This was the very first version to sell out, and I picked one up as soon as they were available at Rails of Sheffield. Paid around $130 for this engine, I think. I could be wrong on that, but it was definitely a fair price, but I'm very happy with it. I'm actually looking to get a 6-pin DCC decoder for this engine. If anyone has any recommendations on what decoder I should get, please let me know in the comment section. I've been looking for a little while and have yet to open up this engine to see what space I'm working with for a decoder. But in any case, I'm going to stop yapping about and give these coaches a nice old run and see how well they perform on the track. So, yeah, let's get some shots of these models running. Oh, wrong way. So this was my review on the Hatton's Genesis coaches, Batch 2, Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway 6-wheeled version. I am very pleased with how the models have been performing. Not a single one of them has derailed. They were very, very smooth, and they are still very, very smooth. A little tight on the curves, but I can't really fault them on that. As for my overall ratings, I'm going to have to give these a 9.5 out of 10 overall. They're super good quality models. I would 100% recommend them. The only reason why they've been taken down by 0.5 points is because I found that there were a couple more details that were either lopsided or didn't look very great. Like the footboard on the brake coach, part of it was a little bit bent. I can easily bend that back into place, but it's a very tedious job, so I don't want to snap it off of the frame, as the supports are really, really thin. But that's just a minor thing, along with a couple other details that looked a little bit off. So yeah, I think that's a pretty fair rating. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with them. I will continue to run these for a little while longer, give them a good break and run. I ran them in forwards direction for about 5-ish minutes. They've been running backwards for about, I want to say 4-ish minutes, maybe a little bit less. But I'm just going to let them run for a little while, break in the bearings and the contacts and such. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased with these models. Hats off to Hatton's, rest in peace, and thank you to Rails for actually managing to get these models out to us very happy customers, even those of us here in the States. I once again want to apologize for the lack of uploads. I was planning on uploading some videos in the summer, but I was taking college classes over the summer, so that ate up a lot of my free time, and I was also visiting family. So that's why no videos were uploaded, but I got some pretty nice stuff while I was up there. I don't think I'll do a video on that. I also joined a model railroad club that I go to occasionally whenever I go up to New York. So yeah, I will hopefully upload a couple of shorts there on the club layout. For those of you who want to go and check it out, forget what it was called. Now I remember. It's the Cayuga Valley Model Railroad Club. I believe that's what it was called. They are currently constructing their layout. They did have a layout, and then they dismantled it, purchased some new modules, made a few new ones, and they are currently putting everything back together to make a very large layout that will encompass it will take up the majority of the space of the building. And they also have a DC layout set up by the windows, so I will very likely be running this and the coaches on that layout if I can't get a DCC decoder for the Class 5 by Christmas time. But fingers crossed that I will be able to, because I would love to see these running back and forth on the Americanized club layout. But yeah, with all of that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe and share this video to other people who you believe may be interested in this sort of content. I would very much like for this channel to grow in the coming years, because I have big plans for it, and I really want them to come to fruition. So yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching. This is Hiawatha Productions signing off. See you guys in the next one.